Let's thank the air, earth, fire, gas, and water, the atmospheric pressure, for the measure of our treasure, our lives. Beautiful. Thank you. Man, I am so glad to be here all day, all the time. This is beautiful today. I decided to go ahead and share this with the Hogs. Oh, Hogs, not the football team. No, not this time. This is Tyson. I was listening to NASA the other day, and they mentioned Tyson Foods, and we know why, because if they're building space stations somewhere else, they have to have food. They have to know what's going to happen as it's going out, space coming back, being out there, and all of that. So, who do they go to? They go to somebody with those kind of numbers, who can deal with those kind of numbers and can produce those kind of numbers for them to have. Okay, so we see the big business going. It's nothing small here. Okay, so but it does go to a local farmer here in Arkansas. He was just on the news maybe about a month ago, and he was saying that the people were coming out there checking, giving him a hard time about he just want to be a hog farmer, and the EPA and environmental people was saying, "Oh man, you messing up the aquifers, the reservoir, the water systems, and all that because it's too much to be going there." But the numbers that the EPA has set and environmental agencies has set say that he's within parameters, but nature doesn't allow that. There's a checks and balance system, and the overproduction of the animals, which means more manure than that is to be gotten rid of, automatically causes a problem. Not just on the surface, but also below, because we know that things drip down through there, and that's where most of the waters are, and come through drinking systems and all of that. So we have to have an eye on that. So, and that's the issue with that. Not just you want to make some money, but the piling on of the problem, because you so you want to be a hog farmer. And Tyson Foods also, in their research, they have it. They show where they spray the manure all over in some areas and say, "Hey, look, this is natural. It's going to help the land grow greener and all that," but not too much of it. That part is not natural. You don't see that kind of animals don't spray that much manure out there. No, okay, let's get that straight. They may sit everywhere, but not on that level. Okay. So, but we know, as I said, I came up with a plan. They can spray it out. They got the sprayer guns or the pipes to do that. They have that idea already in the process. Go out in the desert and spray that out, okay? And that's where maybe you can start some trees, and plants, and other things start growing, because that's really how things are happen. Places are peopled based on the agricultural availability of the plant life. So if you can spray the manure, maybe the seeds get mixed in with the sand, and the animals, and the flowers and other things can start growing, start getting planted, and that way you don't have to poison the drinking water system. So moving on with that, and that's a very big thing, because the president was trying to use those exact things, hogs, in its terror threat negotiations with the Chinese, this country. 2/3 of hogs go to China. Wall Street reports this. So they were saying, "Wow, what a huge problem this business thing is. If we don't, if we put tariffs on them, they have." Precisely put tariffs on things here that will hurt our economy. Precisely. So, President had to play the game another way. Okay, and also that is saying that 2/3 of all the hogs are going to another country, but we get 100% of the manure while growing them and having to deal with them, get rid of the waste material. All of that, feeding the animals the best of grains, best of grasses, keeping them, okay, because those people are not going to buy anything from the U.S. We know that, right? Because they don't take just anything to eat. They expect it. They already saying that they don't want the products from the U.S. anyway because they sell products to the U.S. So they think they own the U.S. So look at that as well. A lot of things that they're saying farmers are having a problem with are going back. More farmers are filing bankruptcy more than now than ever. Well, how is that? When we're feeding the animals all these good grains and foods so they can be big, so they can look just right to the Chinese, so the business process can go on. You see how this country does. The people are maintaining this system with spending of their few dollars, allowing these people to do business internationally, and they come back as if there's a problem, as the people of the United States don't know what they're doing in their business thing. The people themselves, you see, and the rich people say, "Oh hell, let's raise the prices on something because this and that," and they're not showing what is really going on. You see, so as the president said, getting into office, stupid business deals. But this looks as if that's one of those type of things as well, playing that game. But it also shows the truth and how what business actually goes on a large scale internationally, billions of dollars affecting people's lives when these people are dishonest. And yet they bring the business, we make them look good, doing the business, spending the dollars, and they bring us back what? You see? So that is the exchange agreement as well that we have to allow ourselves to be better available to. Okay? So now, whew, and dealing with that, we see that that is just not some small. Okay, that's Wall Street, international, China, U.S. trade, product negotiations. All of this affecting people, like I said, on the street level. And on the street level is where the highest priority of things start. Okay, from the top. We as human beings, we were placed in places. Most modern, speaking of my life, most modern places where we live was the projects. You see, and now look, the projects where all the so-called poor blacks live are now the most expensive places to live in this country. They're charging each other more money to live in those places than they charge us to live in those places. You see, so our presence, our value shows in our movement and wherever we are. So the street value that we put into that at that time, wherever we are, raise the level of this country's consciousness. You see, based on that, just as street level hustling, selling clothes and delivering products. Meet me here, let me meet you there, and all that. Same way with delivery companies do. It's just same thing. With the big tires on the cars, like the moon vehicles, all of that, or like the what are those things called? I'm trying to get it together. Oh yeah, the TV screens in the vehicles, started from the street level, going up. I mean, even more scientific things I could speak of, or more social aspects on the highest level I could speak of. But most of them on the street level started, and they incorporated into their lives and say their corporation, we're the big corporation now. Although they're incorporating it from the street level. And we see that, and we know that. So what a great method to use, to know, and to recognize what is going on now with the pressure that we're put on today in these days and times. Okay? With that going on in our lives. So, just as I talked about months ago, about how we deliver stuff to each other in the street, maybe at the parking lot here and there. Now, this big major corporation, they're trying to do it too. deliver that, because I was UPS and FedEx, it was following up, popping up everywhere I was going. So I was asked, what does that mean? So, blam, oh, why don't you say something about that? So now these companies are trying to do that now, deliver your package in your trunk of your car via computer. I mean, good and bad to all things, but yet street level information knowledge is corporate information knowledge and understanding. Let me just say that. So because I said it in this manner, doesn't mean that it incorporates into a high level living, because it always does. It always will. It always has been. I could even jump right over into when AI was bringing his children to the basketball game. After the games, sitting them next to him, they thought, how ghetto is that? Now, it's a royal thing to do now, to bring the child to the game, to bring their family to participate. See? So even in that, the beauty of that, and to be able to use that, to be able to know who you are, what we are today, is just that, to reach all these things, to use all these things on all these levels where you are, and to be effective. When saying, after I say this, after I post it, it's going to have an effect worldwide on all levels, because it's supposed to.